Welcome back to another mission of Falcon BMS 4.37. Today is going to be another dead strike. Now, well, let me first explain this before continuing on. So we have these force levels here. Apparently ATO, the higher ups, the AI, is deciding that the SAM threat is still quite great and it needs to be eliminated more. So there's going to be a lot of dead strikes and siege strikes. In my particular case, in this package, package 2360, it's going to be a kind of rinse and repeat of taking out SAM radars and then F-15s coming in and then wiping it clean. Just destroying the missile launchers themselves. Now the reason why we are still doing deads is there are still tons of SAM sites that are kind of blocking further airstrikes up in here, and then also airstrikes up in here. Let me see. Air power has been pretty much depleted for right now. All of enemy air assets are gone, just about. Ground vehicles still, it's taking a steady pace. Air bases is going to be a focus as well, so more Oka strikes are going to be thrown out here, and that's also why destroying SAM sites is still important. And also destroying SAM sites in this area, there is, if I go to Intel, there's going to be no defensive priority right now, and that the offensive operation right now that the AI is doing is Ham Hung City, which is this city up here. So there's a big push to get units. Let me pause this. There's a big push to get units into Ham Hung City. And as we can see, there's some SAM sites that are in the way, and these SAM sites are protecting ground vehicles and ground targets. So we need to destroy the SAMs to destroy the vehicles and destroy any support for the vehicles as well. That is the whole point of the mission and the series of dead missions that you're seeing on the schedule. It's to help that effort. And we have one OK strike that's actually going to be the factory somewhere in here, which is another reason why SAM destruction is super important right now. So I'm trusting the AI to take care of the entire campaign, as it's been doing quite well so far by eliminating all air threats and eliminating most of the SAM threats as well, to allow strikes deep into enemy territory and to have those strikes be successful, as you can see right over here.
Alright, listen up.
More details in the briefing, but I'm just making sure that I've got the comms set up and making sure that Intraflight is at comm number 15, because before it was changed to 16. Just want to update the IFF plan and the comm plan one more time. And the IFF plan. My call sign today is going to be Hawkeye 1-1. Wingman is going to be Hawkeye 2-2, and then our other part of our package is going to be Ramrod 2-1 and Ramrod 2-2. They're the ones that are actually going to be blowing up the missiles. Now, what's going to be interesting is that our target area is going to be inclement weather. I don't know what kind of inclement weather is going to be up there, but we shall see. But it looks like the cloud base is at 1,000 feet, which who can see any of that? And then visibility is only 8 kilometers. So we'll see what that looks like, but it shouldn't affect the missiles at all. My loadout is going to be 2 harms and 4 AMRAAMs, 2 fuel tanks of 370 gallons, 1 jammer pod, the ALQ 184, and then 1 HTS pod for the HARMAS or the HARM attack display. We'll see if I'll actually use it or not. Okay, that should take care of all of the basics. Flight plan data cartridge has been taken care of. Flight plan. Let's see. Can I see Hawkeye's flight plan? No, that's mine. I need Ramrod. Oh, Ramrod's gonna be with us. Okay. Well, let's get into the pit. That was noisy. Spider clawing. Field to norm. That's it. All that I need here. Let's do comms to both and get the volume sort of up on the comms. Turn down the level of a threat on the RWR. Increase the missile threat. And push in all the buttons for the jammer pod. Air to norm. Air source to norm. And then JFS to switch to begin the engine spooling or revving up the engine. Alright. So briefing. Today there are some SA3s that I am targeting. And the radar is a flat face. And that'll be either under a 3T or an F in the harm settings. So we'll see what we get from there. Okay, ready. Waiting for RPM to reach about 20. Okay, so 20%. Let's have it reach about 25-ish. Okay, and then introduce fuel. Secondary system is out. On the annunciator panel. Let's have the RPM increase to about hopefully about 60%. We should see power and things lighting up, and then making sure the F-tit doesn't get past 8. So there it goes, past 60, good. Making sure that the F-tit doesn't go past 8. Okay, great, and good start. Let's turn on a power to the MFDs, and getting the data link set up, and also navigation. Switching that to norm for alignment. Oxygen on, radar altimeter on, FCR on, and then left hard point only, because that's where the HTS pod is, on the left hard point. And then waiting for the MFD to boot up. Let's go ahead and increase the HUD brightness to full. And then going down, up, there we go, fading in. Okay, and it's starting its little bit test for MFDs. Arming the ejection seat, turning on the RWR. Thank you. Standby. Turning on chaff flares. And also consent for RWR, jammer, and things to help with countermeasures. Jammer power, let's power that up. Switch the IFF to standby for now. Go back to probe heat. Nothing's hot in the engine. Let's test it to make sure that it even works. Okay, it's tested. We got probe heat blinking. Leave probe heat on. Now we're going to get our fire annunciator with engine fire and overheat annunciator. Good. And then flick on for oxygen low warning system, and then in a few seconds that should extinguish itself. I'm going to press the FAC button to acknowledge the faults. Oxygen is out. And then we're going to see all the lights.
Pull up.
Make sure
altitude. Warning. Jammer. Counter. Chaff. Flare. Low.
Looking good.
Out. Lock. IFF. Caution. Bingo. Data.
Alright. Data is it. Alright, let's do Flickus bit test. We're going to just reset the Flickus and then let it run the bit test for all the flight control systems so we don't have any errors with, you know, ailerons, rudders, that sort of thing. Now, I switched it from the ALN 97, and now it is the ALN 69, which is why it's having different beeping sounds now. The 97 was a little bit confusing because I didn't know the symbology. I thought it would be the same as the rest of them, but apparently not. And I'm trying the 69 version just to see if it's any better than the 53 version. Something along those lines. Something like that. Alright, so Flickus is done. I'll wait for this test to finish out and then just to check to see if it passed. Let's have ground crew take out the EPU safety pin. So we're going to test the EPU for the engine. right quick. We're gonna flick this on, keep this on, increase throttle. Alright, there we go, EPU. And it's all looking good. Throttle back to idle. Alright, so that's done. Let's load up the Flickus. Oh, there it is, Flickus. Bit pass, that's all we need. So let's go to the test page, clear out any remaining faults. Let's change this Flickus to the data cartridge, and let's load all the data from the data cartridge. Let's turn down the thread volume just a little bit. Seems a little annoying. Alright, alignment is still going. Data cartridge loaded all the essentials. Let's go ahead and throw the IFF from standby to norm, and then from backup to front controls UFC. Let's turn on our navigation, or not navigation lights, formation lights, and whatnot. There we go. That's looking good as well. Making sure I have the correct loadout, and then we'll verify that as well. On the alignment is ready, so let's change that to nav. Now we have our flight plan and everything. Com 1, let's go to ground, and then let's click the turn for Dauber left, and then Com 2 is 15 for intra-flight is what we had. IFF, mode 103, mode 204.
Then hold short, runway 14 right.
Okay, that's set up. Back up. IFF is set up, and let's make sure that IFF timer for 4 o'clock Zulu changes to 41 in mode 1, and then mode 3, 5654. Done. List mode, let's go to 2 for bingo, 1,500 pounds, which is fine for this mission. Let's go back to list mode. We're gonna click enter for our data link, sequence over, and then gonna Dauber down. We should have a second flight in our package, right? Yep, ramrod, so we're gonna do 2-1. Go lead, and then 2-2 for the wingman, and Hawkeye's package. Well, Hawkeye's flight. Let's change this to external fuel tanks for future reference. Let's go back to list mode. We're going to go to miscellaneous, and then HMCS. Turn that on. Sequence over. And we're going to do the alignment. We're going to press cursor enable, aligning, and alignment is fine. I'm going to press 0, then we'll do the rest later. That's done. Let's turn on, well, let's go ahead and turn off HMCS. Nose wheel steering on. Double check that I've set everything that I need to for now. Let's turn this to standby so that the jammer can be effective. We'll change the jammer from mode 1 to mode 2, or the XMIT, the transmit from mode 1 to mode 2, so that we cover both front and back of the jet. Okay, that's it for that. Let's go to simulate. We'll go to master air-to-air mode, and then in master air-to-air mode, verifying 220 C5s, 2 120Bs, C5s. Yeah, 120 C5 and then 2 and 120Bs. Alright, good. We can go to gun mode, back out, dogfight mode works, back out. Excellent. Let's get out of master air-to-air mode. Well, actually, let's go to the jettison, selective jettison page, and we're going to just select the fuel tanks to jettison. Set that up ahead of time.
Contact tower.
Now let's just have the HSC show for this side of the MFD. Let's go to master air-to-ground mode. 2 harms there, great. They're off, which is good. I think table 3, I think, is what we'll need for this one. So weapon page is going to be on the right side where the... actually, can I turn this on real quick? Let's go ahead and power them on. And we're going to, instead of do has, we're going to do pause for that one. And let's switch stations. Can I? Let's DMS down. And then see if it'll let me switch stations. Nope. I was hoping it would. DMS down again, change soy. That should be all set to go for the weapon page. And then over here we're going to change the FLIR to the HAD, the harm attack display. Let's go back to the FCR. And then we don't have a targeting pod, so I don't really need to do anything about that. Okay. Definitely want to pause, though. That's what I want. Anyway, let's go back to the SMIS page and turn them off, because we don't need them. Turn off the simulate. Everything's good. Back out of air ground mode. That's done. Anything else in my list? No, not really. So we're back now. What's my taxi time? Let's figure that out. There we go. Taxi time is 3:46 Zulu, and it's 3:42 Zulu right now. Who's on the schedule? So in front of me is Mohawk 3, and then it's me. Alright. Actually, let me go back into... Well, I'll set that up in the air. Don't need the chocks anymore. Let's get the ground crew to take out the chocks. Let's talk to tower to get the QNH. I just passed it up. QNH.
Hawkeye 1-1 Kimpo QNH 2980.
2980. Okay, got the QNH for local area so I don't crash into the ground prematurely should I go blind. Alright, that's all set up. 3 minutes to go. Control surfaces work. Fantastic. Let's test the digital backup unit. Click that on. DBU is on. Got the warning light. I just want to make sure. Kind of like an
3 taxi
auxiliary power
and
unit.
hold short runway 14 right.
Turn that off. Verify that it extinguished on the right eyebrow. Don't need to mess with any of these buttons for the flaps. Set that to norm, and then the manual flaps to enable. I can do the trim disconnect, reconnect, and just make sure. Let's see. Okay. Good.
Mohawk 3-1 contact tower for takeoff. Switch to 24090.
Oh, Mohawk is already out there. Let's go ahead and contact tower, say that we're ready for departure.
Hawkeye 1, 2 shift F-16s. Request taxi. Good afternoon, Hawkeye 1. You're number 2 for departure. Taxi Romeo Papa Golf and hold short runway 14 left.
Alright, so 14 left. He said Romeo Papa. Which I think is to the right from where I'm at. There's Romeo. We'll see how this thing works out. This RWR already, it's kind of annoying. Alright, and we're gonna follow this. And then there's runway 14 is to the right. And this is where we're taxiing out from. And there's P for Papa, so I'm going the right way. So Romeo to Papa. for the taxiway. Double checking that everything is set and good to go. Okay, so I also did an option for the VR to disable multi-threading, and it's supposed to help get rid of those black lines at the edges of the headset. So if I turn my head normally, it's not, I don't think it'll be noticeable in the end product in the video, but if I go really fast, I'll see it, but it's not as bad. So thank you to the BMS forums for that. Yeah, I'm going to keep my programs to chaff for now. There's a couple of other tests that I could have done to pass the time as well. Okay. Takeoff time is 3:52, so by the time I even get there, it'll be... At least that's what it seems like. It's a long way. Let's just do a system test. Alright, initialize memory okay. EF okay. Well, it looks like everything is okay. I'm gonna put down my visor. I can barely see the HUD and everything. It's so bright out today. I'd imagine the F-15s are long gone. Alright. Let's slow down a little bit.
Hawkeye 1, taxi, go, and hold short, runway 14 right.
Okay, so I got cleared to cross, basically is what they're telling me. I see a couple of aircraft over there, barely. Okay. Let's go back to idle. And this is our hold short for runway 14. Not going to turn on taxi light or landing light.
Hawkeye 1-1, contact tower for takeoff. Switch to 24090.
Okay. Come on, and we're going to go to number 3 for tower. Enter, and tell them we're ready for takeoff.
Hawkeye 1, 2-shift, F-16s, ready for departure.
Hawkeye 1, hold short.
Okay, so we're just going to sit here for a little while, and then they'll let us know when they're ready. Okay, the wingman is behind me. Looks like we have an overhead brake of F-16s. Nope, F-15s.
1, brake left. 2.
And so I can hear them talking. Maybe I'll do that. Alright, should be told to line up on the runway here in just a few moments. So far so good, everything's looking good.
Hawkeye 1, Kimpo Tower, wing 210 at 2 knots, runway 14 right. You are cleared for takeoff.
Alright, that's me.
Eagle 6, Kimpo Tower, wing 210 at 2 knots, runway 14 left, cleared for landing, check gear down.
I'm gonna line up on the outside and see what Wingman does.
Sunrise.
Because I've been lining up on the inside of the runway. Just curious. Okay, lined up, nose wheel steering off. Alright, he lined up on the right side. Go ahead and take off. Gonna change our steer point to number 2 for when we depart. Get our departure heading. Airspeed has been alive. Right. And rotate. Excellent. Gear up. Let's throttle back a little bit. Save some gas.
Hawkeye 1-1, contact
2,
departure.
airborne.
Contact departure. Let them know we're in the air.
Hawkeye 5-1, turn right heading 145, hold 3000, maintain 230 knots, vectors to final. Hawkeye 1, airborne, 2 shift, F-16s, 1000. Hawkeye 1, Kimpo, departure, fly heading 020, resume on navigation. Hawkeye 1-2, on my way.
And I said that this was Gimpo
Hawkeye
City.
5-2,
It is
turn
not.
right
This is
heading
Seoul.
145, hold 3000, vectors to final.
Typical person. I don't know geography too well. So yeah, this is the city of Seoul. Ridiculous. Alright, now that's done, we'll go ahead and go to tactical. I'm going to immediately switch to master air-to-air mode and go from assigned to continuous, and IFF come out. I'm going to center the HUD.
2, in position.
So choose in position, what is our... So wedge until waypoint 4. We're going to tell Wingman to go wedge. Oops.
Hawkeye 1-2, go wedge. 2.
Alright, turning off external lights. So we're going to turn on handoff mode. That's about it. Kind of looks hazy.
2, in position.
Okay. Let's go out to 80 miles for the FCR. 22,000 is our cruising altitude. Way off the throttle just a little bit. Because we are approaching 22,000. Okay, 22,000. I'm going to turn on my HMCS. Himix, I think is what they'll call it. We're going to list miscellaneous RCL for HMCS, and we're going to do, I got to get out of master air mode, and then 0 to select. We just got to line it up and press 0 again, and then the roll. 0 again, and that's it. All aligned. Turn. So now that's all up and running. Fuel is looking okay. Everything here is looking fine. Looking good. Don't need to really mess with anything else. Let's go to cruise. Cruise, we're going to be there about a minute early. Is that 8,000? Yeah, we can lay up the throttle even more. between 75 and 69 an hour for fuel flow. Alright, I can already see weather. Returning package right there. Let's go back to master air mode before I forget, just to keep awareness up. A lot of jamming going on. Those yellow chevrons that you see kind of at the top, those are jammers. Friendly and enemy, but mostly friendly. I don't think we'll run into any run into any enemy today. I'll lay off the throttle just a little bit more. Trying to save fuel. To 60 miles out. Let's check in with AWACS as well.
Sentry 1, Hawkeye 1-1, checking in.
Alright, so steer point 2, this steer point is my holding point. Gonna stay here until, was it 4:03? Nope, till about 4:05 Zulu time. Alright, there we go. We're just gonna circle out here for a little bit. Yeah, so there's all the inclement weather rolling in. I feel like that's gonna cause some problems. That was a different beat. Okay, I see RF-15 package behind us on the HSD. Somebody flying over here, somebody flying over there. I'm waiting until this ETA says 4:05, right? Yeah, 4:05, and then I'll start turning back to the steer point itself. Not exactly sure who they are. They look like more F-15s. So disabling multi-threading. Looks like it's also disabling the shadow effect, unless we have perfect light everywhere. We'll see how this comes out in video. Okay, so we're almost ready to turn into the steer point.
Sunrise.
Alright, 4:05, let's go ahead and start turning into the steer point. Our holding pattern is over, and then we should be marshaling with our package here. Alright, and then once we hit steer point, once we hit steer point 3, I'm gonna power up the harms. TMS left. Alright, friendly. Alright, so if it's suspected enemy, it would have returned with 0 responses, so no green boxes and no yellow boxes. If that's the case, high chance that it is enemy. Okay, steer point 3. We're going to go to master air to ground mode and power up the harms. Let's go to HSD. And actually, let's go to the HAD. We're going to turn on master arm. So I'm going to try to be smart about this and kind of stay away from the threat circles here. One page, we're going to go to net, pause mode. There we go. Fine. Okay, so I guess I have to be master arm mode. So So then we're also going to switch the HAS to pause mode. Switching back to 0.2. Let's see. And what are we looking for again? That's why I have it in my notes.
Ramrod 2-1. Package Marshal.
3T or F. Let me go to my HAD. I'm going to select F for the first one. So I'm going to select that, and then there's my HAD. Oh, well, I guess I can't. Anyway, 0.4. Guess I can't use both. So it looks like there is an SA2 over here. Maybe. I'll lock that up and I'm going to tell Wingman to engage that.
Hawkeye 1-2. Attack target at bearing 3-2-5-6-4.
Oh, that's where it should be.
2. Wilco.
A B, that shouldn't be too bad. So here's a SA3. Getting pretty close. I don't see any radars popping up yet. Oh, that 2A just went to inactive. It was actively scanning, but that went away. This is a sensor, just a regular sensor, yellow. It's actively scanning, but not actively locking anything. So the recon said that there's a flat face out there.
Ramrod 2-1. Package departing the push point.
Yes, we are. Okay, we're going to go to 0.5. Still not seeing anything on the HAD. Let's go to harness sensor, and let's go. So let's search for one of those. Let's see, table 1. Get rid of 2T, 4T, 5T, and 10. Turn off the search. Okay, that's just a Patriot system. Yeah, I'm not getting anything with that. Let's go to table 2, scan for... Yeah, it's not finding anything. Alright, let's go to pause mode, equation. Nope, we're not going to do range unknown. We're going to do equation of motion. Table 2, we're going to select fire or F for flat face. And then we're going to change it to steer point number 6. It is ready. Yep, I'm getting pinged by the flat face right now. So it is ready. I am within firing range with the bracket. It is somewhere over there. So let's turn into it. This alleged target. Just gotta make sure.
Magnum.
It should be somewhere dead ahead. we're within range, I'm going to go ahead and get the best
Hawkeye
firing solution.
1-2, on my way.
Alright, the box is blinking. And Magnum.
Magnum.
And we're going to crank the SA-3. Actually, we're going to crank it toward friendly lines. Just in case we get fired on. I kind of want to provide somewhat of a target. So about 2-minute flight time. Let's go to the HAD. Yep, see, flat face is trying to scan me now. Let's stay out of his threat circle. So HSD, go back to pause mode. About 1:15 before impact. It's going to be somewhere way out there. Alright, yep, you see that F constantly going in and out. Just trying to bait it.
2, request permission to engage ground targets. Bullseye, 09398.
We're gonna have you hold weapons there.
Hawkeye, 1-2, weapons safe.
30 seconds before
2.
impact. And one of these flat faces
1-2,
should go
on my
away.
way.
Oh. Mud spike. Or no, not mud spike, nails. Nails. One, and that should be it. That should be impact. So hopefully one of the... Let's go to the HAD. So it looks like at least one of the sensors is gone. Maybe. Alright, let's target this fire control, and then we're going to tell Wingman to engage that one.
Hawkeye, 1-2, Rock 2, bearing 32018. 2, Wilco. Magnum.
That was fast. So I still see 2 fire control radars, so probably my missile missed. I mean, there are a couple of SA-3 sites out there anyway. Alright, so SA-15 is out there somewhere. Inactive, some search radars, an unknown search radar.
Hawkeye, 1-2, on my way.
It's too hard to see anything. Okay. Alright, so we've got a... Looks like a fire control radar here. Let's go ahead and lock that up. Wait for the handoff. Got the handoff. It's in program 1, which is great. It is... Is it too close to be launched, or do I have to bring it around? That's where it should be. within range, but the rectangle at the bottom isn't blinking, so it is not ready. Just keep an eye out for any SAM launches. It's triangulated all the way down to program 1. Let's crank out. Let's lock it back up. I don't have any launch queue information. And launch queue. Let's get out of the thread circle before I get blasted here.
Hawkeye, 1-2, go ladder. 2. Two, in position.
Maybe SA3s are a little bit harder to blow up. Okay, let's turn in. Been locked up. So here we are. That's where the target is most likely at. Program 1. I'm gonna fire at it. Let's pitch up to give it. So Magnum. Well, hello, I think it found something. Switch to Cat 1.
2-2, good hit. Ramrod, 2-2, good hit.
I think I locked onto something.
Caution.
Yeah, I know. Looks like it disappeared.
Caution. Caution.
It's probably giving me a caution because it's so
Ramrod 2, we're RTB.
Go to Press J, and get rid of our fuel tanks because they're empty. Switch back to norm. Oh, I see flames. Lots of flames. I don't know if that's from us or not. Switch my stereo mode. Alright, let's switch to steer point number 7. Let's get out of here. An RTB. Yeah, I think we got them all. Because now I'm not even seeing any, not seeing flat face. Oh, there they are. The F-15s. Okay, got the long ride home, and then we'll be landing here soon. Just for your information, right down in here, this little number on the left of the caret tells me how many nautical miles I have to the steer point, and then right above that is a timer. That's how many minutes I've got until I actually reach the steer point. And then also, if this doesn't help enough, the cruise page will tell me what time I'm supposed to be there, time on station, and then my ETA live. And then the very top is the current time. Actually, how much till to bingo? Okay, so I got 54 minutes until bingo, which is the time where I would really need to start heading back to base. Let me see what. So we're on 7, so Arrowhead. Which you can't go Arrowhead, so we'll just go wedge.
Hawkeye, 1-2, go wedge. 2.
Let's go ahead and prioritize everything. Now, it could just be me, or those are some F4 Phantoms flying out here with us.
2, in position.
I'm gonna keep the HMCS on. You never know if we'll get ambushed or not. Yeah, real bad weather is starting to roll in. It's gonna get really cloudy, and I think there's rain forecasted too. Okay, steer 0.8. should be well behind friendly lines at this point. We'll go ahead and turn on autopilot, grab it to pitch hold, and then tell it to follow the steer point. And then I'm going to turn off the HMCS, don't need it. I can barely see our other flight in the package. Okay, about a minute 43. Turn master arm off.
Ramrod 2-1, RTD.
Alright, let's tell AWACS we're going home. Check out.
We are heading home.
That's somebody up there. Oh, no, that should be our other flight in the package right above us with the contrails. I don't know who that is over to my right. Can't really tell. Okay, getting really close now. About 20 seconds out. 15 seconds out. 10 seconds out. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna change it to steer point number 9. And we have another 23 nautical miles out. And then, actually about 15 nautical miles out, I'll call the tower and ask to land. Now, the briefing said that the weather upon our arrival is supposed to be good. VRB 3 knots. Nope, that's not the one. Sure, Gimpo. It's supposed to be clear with a 4-knot wind at 245. Okay, yeah, it's clearing up. However, I don't know what direction. I mean, it's going 245, but I don't know how far out this weather extends. Whoops, I'm 11 miles out. Let's go to COM 1 and switch that to tower. Preset number 4. And let's contact tower that will do a overhead approach.
Hawkeye 1-1, 2-shift, F-16s, 40 miles, north, 21,000, inbound from overhead landing.
Oh, whoops.
Hawkeye 1, info approach. You're outside my airspace, contact me 30 miles out.
I forgot. I have one more steer point left to go. My bad. It's clearly on the HSD. So we got priority on. We don't need the handoff. Surprised I'm not icing. Alright, yep, clear skies right here. That's what I like to see. Alright, steer point 10. So we're now within their airspace. We'll do we'll call them again at 25 miles out. Right, we're almost at 25 miles out. I'm gonna turn off autopilot. $25 miles out. Let's contact tower for the overhead approach.
Hawkeye 1-1, 2-shift, F-16s, 45 miles, north, 21,000, inbound from overhead landing. Hawkeye 1-1, info approach. You're cleared all the way in. Overhead approach, runway 14 left. QH2980.
2980, okay, so same thing.
Sunrise.
I gotta look up what that even means. Sunrise. Still master air. Let's go to nav. Okay, there it is. That diamond tells me where the airfield is, and then runway 14. I'm inbound for runway 14. So I'm gonna just bank to the right here, just a smidge, and I'm gonna continue my descent. And I'm also gonna turn on my navigation light, strobe light, all that good stuff.
Altitude. Altitude.
Right, and that's okay. It's just computer telling me that I'm below 10,000 feet. I can change that if I so desire. So I'm gonna descend to about 3,000 and then do the overhead. And then let me see. Maybe it's wingman, I tell you.
Hawkeye 1-1, contact tower for landing. Switch to 24090.
Okay, let's contact tower. For landing, comm 1, we're going to go to 3, so that's tower. Alright, then we're going to do 5 for the overhead. And it's runway 14 left. Checking, scanning, just to make sure there are no other aircraft in the area before I do this.
Rumble 6, Kimpo Tower.
And there's
Wing
wingman.
210 at 2 knots. Runway 14 right. You are cleared for takeoff.
I'm going to be trying to go about, I don't know, 200 and something knots. Let's try to slow it down to 250. Let's go, wingman. can't do this in DCS, can you? I don't think so.
Rumble 6, contact departure.
There's runway. And we're going to let Tower know that we're going to be overhead here in just a second. Alright, so here is... Oh, somebody's taking off just ahead. We'll make sure to avoid them. And we'll go ahead and tell them that we're overhead.
1, brake left. 2.
Oh,
Warning,
yeah,
warning,
I'm about to stop.
warning, warning.
Alright. Don't worry, don't worry. Let's climb back up to 2,000. Yes, this was only my second time doing it overhead. Okay. Let's continue our climb to 2,000. Okay. And then we'll just go for it a little bit longer. I'd say about now we're going to go to base. Just being very careful not to go below 200 knots. Alright, so on base, and then we'll tell Tower that we're going to be on final in just a few moments. Alright, contacting Tower.
Hawkeye 1, on final.
Hawkeye 1, Kimpo Tower. Continue inbound for runway 14 left.
And then gear down. 3 green lights for the landing gear. Gonna turn the drift off. That way I can accurately judge where my impact point is gonna be, so I can get on the runway, not get blown off. Alright, I'm gonna increase throttle. I'm gonna try to keep it around 190 knots.
Hawkeye 1, Kimpo Tower. Wing 210 at 2 knots. Runway 14 left. Cleared for landing. Check gear down.
Gears down. And it's runway left. We're lined up on 14.
Bulldog 3, Kimpo Tower. Wing 210 at 3 knots. Runway 14 right. You are cleared for takeoff.
Yep, I can see them lining up on the runway now.
Mohawk 3, 2 ship, F-15s, inbound from overhead landing.
Okay. Keep it coming in, keep it coming
Mohawk
in. We're going to lay
3,
off the throttle
Kimpo
here.
Tower. Continue inbound for runway 14 left. Cleared for
Slowly
overhead.
round out. And we're going to keep it in that bracket on the left.
Hawkeye 1-2. Contact
Idle.
below. Switch 2, 3,
And we're gonna
6,
ease it in.
7, 0.
Alright. Brakes. Keep the nose up as long as possible to just use the airframe as a brake. Alright. Nose wheel steering on. We'll catch the next turn off here. Right, we'll just whip ourselves around this way.
Hawkeye 1-1, contact below. Switch to 3670.
Alright, we're gonna switch to ground. Preset number 2 and request taxi back to the ramp.
Hawkeye 1-1, request taxi back. Hawkeye 1-1, taxi to the ramp. Alpha, Papa, 3-1.
Alright. Actually, Alpha Papa, I should be back this way. Because Alpha...
Mohawk 6, taxi, Romeo, Papa, go, and hold short, runway 14 left.
Because Alpha should be way ahead.
Mohawk 6, taxiing.
At this point, I'm just going to park right next to this F-15. Got a lot of flights going out right now. Stopped. Holding the brakes. Let's get chocks. Chocks are in. Letting go of the brakes. And we're going to start the shutdown procedure. We're going to turn off the probe heat. Going to turn off the fuel flow. Turn off IFF. Turn off navigation lights. Formation lights. Recognition lights. That's done. We're going to turn off the jammer. Turn off all the active programs for the jammer. We're going to turn off the comms. We're going to turn off the RWR. We're going to turn off everything related to the RWR and countermeasure systems. Turn this back to off. And no need to do anything with that. The HIMIX is off. Going up the eyebrow. Nothing out of the ordinary, that's fine. We're going to turn the HUD off. Moving across the eyebrow. Nothing that I need to handle. Coming down. The right panel. I'm going to turn off the hard point and the radar altimeter. We're going to keep the airflow on so we don't mess up the engine because it's still on. Turn off the oxygen. Turn off power for MFDs, data link, UFC, the front controls, all that good stuff. Which reminds me, let's go all the way back and turn off up front controls, switch it back to backup. Now that's all done, we're going to put the throttle back in its detent to cut off all fuel. And we're going to let the engine shut down. Okay. Looking good, looking good. Alright. Now I'm going to turn off the air source. And then open up the spider cage, open up the canopy. Okay, canopy is opened, and we're going to turn off power. Excellent. Let's end the mission and see how I did. Alright, rating was poor. I hit nothing. But somehow, my wingman hit something. That's why I want to turn on labels. That's exactly why I want to turn on labels. Because everything was set up correctly, and somehow I missed, and somehow the wingman got it. Okay, so he got the flat face, and then also the spoon rest that I told him to attack for the SA-2. Spoon rest, spoon rest. I hate you, wingman.
Got it.
And somehow we failed, but our F-15s were able to get excellent and good performance marks for 6 ground targets destroyed and 7 ground targets destroyed. Despite your poor showing. Oh. Yeah, I didn't even get anywhere near steer point 6. And because I got nowhere near steer point 6, it said that I never arrived, so that's why I got a failed and poor. Totally forgot about that. Mostly because it was cloudy, I didn't know where missiles would be coming from. Oh well. So first Air Defense Battalion damaged, and yeah, so spoilers. We're able to suppress the whatever effectively. Well, not to fear, there's many more dead strikes to have at. What time is it? 4:47 Zulu. So the next one would be this one, which would be virtually the same target. Actually, no, not really, because this is the SA-3 that we just blew up. We don't need anymore. And this is the SA-3 that somehow still survived. So 73% functional, and well, I'm not going to fly that one because there's no flat face radar. We blew it up. Another dead a little bit farther out. And theoretically, those SAM sites should be destroyed. What is this? 6th Air Defense Battalion, and that is an SA-2 site that is disabled. So technically this dead strike could happen. But I'm kind of waiting for this Oka strike, which is to blow up this factory here. So I think I'm going to do that instead. This SA-2, or no, what is this? No, not add a package. Recon. Here we go. Oh, that's only at 35% operational. So it's got an SA-14, which is a heater, a heat-seeking SAM. So I think we should be able to get this target destroyed, get in and out, and everyone else be none the wiser. Oh, I think we have one. Yep, and that's 90% operational. 11th Air Defense. An SA-2 site that has a spoon rest still. The radar is still active. Any of the deads are gonna go over there? Nope, too far away. Nope, not the right one. Definitely not the right one. 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 Nope. That one's Ingress. Not the right one. What does force levels even say now for air defense? Still going down. Okay. So a bunch of deads, a couple of escorts, a patrol, OCA strike, a half cap, some deads, escorts, and patrols. Patrols are, if I remember right, just taking pictures. Nope. This one is about taking pictures. Anyway, so I think I'm just going to save for this Oka strike here for some laser Mavericks. I've been wanting to get my hands on laser Mavericks because I looked ahead, so they should have 65 Ls. So I'm going to see about if I can learn a new employment system for the Mavericks instead of using the heat-seeking heads. We'll be using the targeting pod to laser designate, and because it's inclement weather, we have a FLIR pod, and so I'm going to learn how to use that as well. Until the next time, this is Call Sign Scooter flying for the 14th Fighter Squadron, the Samurais. Catch you on the next one. I'm signing out.